We are living in a generation that does not understand the difference between dating, being in a relationship, courtship, and marriage. They don't, especially the first three. Confusion all over. All right? Not even the first, I think the first two. And so it is important we analyze this tonight or today. We are going to use a very simple analogy. Think about it. A job interview, the job offer, probation, and the job itself. All right? Or rather employment. I mean, most of us can, understand that. So we are going to talk about these four using that analogy. So we start with dating. Number one, think about it as a job interview. You walked into a boardroom, so there is going out, okay? But and of course, you're living in a very funny generation. Now, instead of people going out, now they are coming in. They're going, instead of going out to know each other better, or rather, okay, they are coming in to know each other. That's error. I mean, that's why we are very confused marriages nowadays. But that's not the point. The point is, you're going out to know each other. No commitment whatsoever. I am allowed. That's why when someone says, I've dated this guy for 2 years and he cheated on me, I don't understand. How do you put dating, 2 years, and cheating in the same sentence? I mean, it's not even possible. How long does it take you to know somebody? 2 years. Okay? How are you putting cheating? Because I'm allowed to interview as many candidates as I want. We swiftly move on to the second one. Now, this is where all hell loses, how do they say it? Whatever. But this is where the confusion lies. Now, a relationship. Look at it this way. Remember the analogy? Now we're in step 2, the job offer. An employer has issued you a successful candidate. I mean, a candidate after a successful interview. All right, even the first whatever was okay. They have offered you the job opportunity. Please come. We are offering you a position in our firm. Let's assume, because I'm a lawyer, let's talk about a law firm. We are offering you a position as a senior associate in our firm. All right? It is a job offer. You are allowed to accept it. That's what in contract we say. You can accept or you can decline. It is good to note that a job offer has expiry time. Okay? And in most of the times, I said most of the times, the period is very short. That's why I have a problem with you. You've been in a relationship for 5 years. Kwani, you as an employer, kwani, how stagnant is your firm? 5 years. You a job offer to one person for 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. No, that's serious. That is serious. Am I saying you rush? Definitely no. But for you to offer somebody a job offer, you must have looked at their credentials. I hope you're still getting the analogy. You must have looked at their credentials. So you know, as a matter of fact, this one has a high possibility. So although we are not rushing at it tomorrow or next week, no. Again, we're also not delaying. So we are playing with, or rather are we together? A job offer for you. Again, a job offer is not an obligation. You can decline it, you can accept it. That, let it sink in your mind as long as you are alive. Never forget that. So, am I allowed while in this relationship to get another relationship? Yes. Unless, listen carefully, unless you jumped from an interview level or rather job offer level and you rushed to the employment. Unless you did that, you gave the employer some false hopes. I hope you understand the analogy. You gave them some false hopes. You even ate and drank, you know what I mean, badminton. Not badminton, the game, like badminton. Unless you did all that, if you are genuine and you followed the process as I'm explaining it to you, then you are allowed, very much allowed to decline that job offer and say, you know what, I also conducted a job interview elsewhere and I think you're offering a good salary, but there's somebody somewhere, there's something somewhere, we're together. I know now our boys with their big point are very happy. They're like, yes. But remember, it's also a sign of bad faith to be doing all that. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, it's a job offer level. Okay? So you are very much, that's why even at this point, we cannot talk about, oh, you know, this one cheated on me. No. You are not, you are the employer, you offer the job. The employee to be or the candidate is not under any sort of obligation to adhere to your rules or to come to your workplace. No, they are not in any sort of obligation. Yeah. I can say this with all my head and with all my nose. So we move on swiftly to courtship. I think this is not really confused. Actually, the first two, that's why I dwelled so much there, and I wish we can one day invite me to your church where some young people are. Let's talk about this. Like, I think next week we are somewhere. I won't say the church, but you'll see the flyer. We are talking this into depths. When we have all the time, we talk into depths. Good, thank you. So, courtship. Think about it again as now we left interview level dating, job offer relationship, and now we are at a level of probation. So now you are no longer a candidate. You are no longer someone that we offered a job. Now you are actually in the place. But we have held you. We are holding you as we are. But there is some sort of commitment. Some people are involved. Now you can be shown the HR. When you are the candidate at dating level, you didn't know who the HR was. Or maybe you met them, but you didn't even know them. But now you have been told that is the washroom. That is a HR. Now, that is now the parents level. That is my parent. That is my father. That's why it's an error for you to take someone that you're dating to your mother. Hey, that's serious. That's serious. Don't do that. Don't do that. Candidates are not shown where the washrooms are. No, they are not. The washrooms only show people that are in probation. So that's why you've been showing so many people the washrooms. You can imagine the level of insecurity you're creating to your farm. I don't know if you forget what I'm saying. You have to appreciate that, okay? Very, very important that, hey, listen, you are a candidate, no interaction with my parents, no interaction with my, you are a candidate. But when now you come to probation, though there is limited access, but there is something that is happening here. Now we can show you around, because we are now looking at it as this one is going actually to become a permanent employee here. Most of the time it's turned out to be so, because you've successfully gone through the first two. So there's nothing to hide per se. Now I can tell you, but I have a kid in Goriaditu. How this one in, now we can talk about that at that level. I wish he had all the time, but I think my time is. So we just have to think about it. That's why I came up with the analogy to make it simpler for you to understand. Good. So that is courtship. We are looking at marriage, and that's why courtship should not take long. Even at courtship, don't take long, please. The entire process from dating to courtship, if you are lucky, it should take at most 2 years. At most. Now that one is at most. Some of you are taking only dating alone 2 years. Relationship 5 years. By the time you know it, 10 years down the line. That's not the point. Are we together? Did you hear that? That is courtship for you. So we are looking at marriage is now here. The employment is here. There is a high. Your chances of being an employee in that law firm is 90, let's say 80%. So now you can be shown around. That one is TJ. That one is so and so. That one is a washroom. That one is our kitchen. Probation. Now, of course, from probation now is employment, marriage. But I wish we had all the time, but I hope it has just created some insights. There are people you don't need to bring. A candidate who is still at the interview level, don't give them the job. Don't give them the job. Because you don't know them. You don't know their capabilities, all right? And still, even the one that is in the relationship, they're still being offered the job offer. You can decline it. You're not under any obligation whatsoever to stay with them. All right? Please don't show them your house. Your washrooms in the law firm. That is a kitchen. Don't show them your nunu. That's what I'm saying. Don't play badminton at that level. Why? Because you're still offering them the job. I hope that was helpful. My name is TJ Mwangi. I love you good people. Let me rest. We'll talk next time. One of these 5 days I'll go live and maybe expand on this topic, but more importantly is we are going to have the same topic. You can invite me to your churches or your youth, anywhere there is a young gathering of young people, not necessarily a church. Invite me. Let's have this discussion well and elaborate. Adios.